Hey guys, Evil-Lyn here, back again with another action figure review. Today we'll be taking a look at the Masterverse new Eternia Evil-Lyn, brought to us by the fine folks over at Mattel. And those of you who are eagle-eyed viewers of the channel may remember way back in December of last year, I had found the new Eternia versions of Fisto and Flying Fist's He-Man. Well, this was the other figure in that wave, and for whatever reason, never seen it. I don't know what the dealio with her is. I don't know if the other two were two per case, packed with some other figures. I don't know what's going on with all of that. That's some whack-ass distribution, if I ever saw any, but I'm here to tell you, while this may be one of the better Evil-Lyn figures on the market, she is still consistent in letting me down by contributing little to no value to the price point. As an Evil-Lyn figure does, like all the Origins ones came with a stick. Even Cartoon Collection came with a stick. The only Evil-Lyn that really contributed any sort of value was the first Masters of the Universe Revelation Evil-Lyn that was based off the Netflix series, and I hated that costume. So, you know, she's just consistent with letting your poor boy Overlord Productions down here. So we're gonna get into that and take a look-see at all Evil-Lyn has to offer in terms of accessories, which fasten your seatbelts because it ain't much. Starting off, she has a pair of fist hands, as well as a pair of kind of sort of spell casty hands. And last but not least, the stick. Back to the stick, I see. And the cool thing is you can actually make it the small version, or you can go 2000X with it and make it the long staff. Which is obviously what I'm going to do, because that's better than putting a stick in a box. But wasn't she supposed to come with like a knife and some magic effects or something? Like, what? This is it? Freaking Flying Fist He-Man was loaded. The Fisto was arguably loaded. Like, New Eternia is all about like pop and swapping parts, getting different looks. She didn't even come with an alt head with no helmet. Like, what the hell? She's got a cloth cape, I'll give her that. Take a closer look at her here. She's got the cloth cape, so I will give her that, but no alt head, no magic effects, and no 2000X style knife. I could have sworn she was supposed to come with some of that stuff, but maybe I got bamboozled like my good buddy Evil-Lyn did with our Barbarian Skeletor. Battle Armor Skeletor, because he didn't get the clean chest plate. He just got the battle damaged one. So I don't know if I'm missing a piece or what. It's not really worth my time to go through Big and Bad Toy Store's customer service department to get that part, because I'd have to send this whole figure back, and what's the sense in sending back a completely good figure if all I'm missing is one accessory? So, you know, I'll find it later if that's the case, but I'm just going to assume she doesn't come in anything else, and that freaking blows, because she's very light in terms of accessories, and even articulation. She does not have as much as a lot of the other figures. So, as far as her articulation does go, her head will rotate, look up and down. Okay, I guess. Shoulders will go up this far, back down, forward, and back. She has a single jointed elbow with rotation, but unlike Snout Spout, I don't feel like I'm going to break that moving it around. She does have hinge swivel wrists. Very tight on the hinge though. This elbow, I will say, is a little looser than the other one, but it could be because I hit this side with a hairdryer, because lo and behold, the drop down hip was freaking stuck on one side, because that's how good those are. That said, her torso is, well, actually, she does get good forward. Give her that. Good forward, almost no back. She does have a waist cut. I actually didn't think she had the waist cut. She does rotate up here as well. And she does have a little bit of tilt. little bit, like very minute amount of tilt. Hips will kick out to the side, back down, forward, and back. I will say she at least does not have those waxy hips I'm not a fan of. She does have a drop down hip that pretty much doesn't really afford more range. It's just there. But you can see it is dropped down. But yeah, it doesn't do a lot. Swivel at the thigh, double jointed knee. That works okay. I will say they at least got the double joints to look pretty clean on these. And then she's got a boot cut with a hinge in the foot and a rocker joint and pickles at the bottom of the feet, which you might need, depending, but I can get her to stand okay. Like I said, she's got a nice soft goods cape. It's a decent material. They taped it in the box, though. That's kind of annoying. I had to kind of gently rub the sticky, icky, ew shite off, but that's Evil-Lyn in a nutshell. I gotta tell you, she's not bad looking, alright? I think the sculpt and the paint are fine. I could even forgive the single elbows if they got more than, like, less than 90 degrees of range. Like, what are we doing here? Like, it just feels like they chinsed out on one of the main villains. And that's a shame, because all the other villains are really well done. You know, I love me some evil warriors from New Eternia, but this is just, I don't know. It feels like they half-assed it. And that's not something I like to see from a line that's been relatively consistent with decent figures. The waxy hips and some looseness here and there notwithstanding. So, with that being said, why don't we move right along and take a look at some size comparisons. First up, here is good old Evil-Lyn, alongside a couple of other evil warriors we've quote-unquote recently received in the Masterverse line this past year. We have the Ocean Warlord himself, and Batlam Skeletor, the Lord of Destruction. And, let me tell you, while these figures weren't perfect, I still like them a lot more than this Evil-Lyn. This Evil-Lyn is seriously lacking, at least in terms of accessories and just doing it for me. Looks great, but I don't think she holds a candle to these two. So getting them out of the way. Especially this merman. Just look at that sculpt. It's freaking bananas. Let's bring our two regulars. The Mythic Legion's Brother Manibelith. And the infamous 11 Spawn, right here, who, as usual, towers over everyone if you don't count the crest on Evil-Lyn's helmet there, which I don't, because that's cheating. So, with that being said, it's time now that we wrap things up with some final thoughts. Overall, and as I said before, Evil-Lyn is a fine figure from an aesthetic standpoint, but as far as accessories and value per dollar goes, this character just continues to, as I said before, let me down time and time again. I think it's high time we got a deluxe Evil-Lyn. If that's what we gotta get to get some magic effects, maybe even a wired cape, some alt heads, just some display options, some different display options to really spruce up this character, then I'm all for it. So, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Till next time, I'll catch you guys later.